Dom Wood, the absolute piss missile, the tale of Dom Wood, the 5'10" giant and steakmaster. Dom Wood was a man of great conviction. One belief he held above all others was that he was 5'10", even though he was only 5'4". He'd stand tall, puff out his chest, and proudly declare, "I'm 5'10". Don't argue with me." No one could change his mind. One afternoon, Dom and his friends were hanging out at a coffee shop when the topic shifted to cooking. Mark, known for his culinary skills, casually mentioned, "I can cook the perfect steak, medium rare every time." Dom, always eager to prove his prowess, jumped in. "Well, I can cook the perfect steak. Seriously, guys, it'll be the best steak you've ever tasted." Sarah raised an eyebrow. "Dom, you've never cooked a steak in your life. You can barely cook pasta." Dom, undeterred, waved her off. "I've watched YouTube videos. I know what I'm doing. Trust me." Later that evening, Dom invited everyone over for his world-famous steak. When they arrived, they found him in the kitchen, confidently flipping a steak in a pan like he was on a cooking show. "Don't worry, guys," Dom said, his chest puffed out. "This is going to be perfect. I'm 5'10" and I can cook. Watch and learn." His friends exchanged skeptical glances, but sat down at the table anyway. When the steak was served, they hesitated. It was blackened on the outside and still cold and raw in the middle. Mark took a hesitant bite, grimaced, and said, "Dom, this is... It's perfect," Dom insisted, his voice rising. "It's just a unique texture. You guys don't get it." But before anyone could say more, Dom's usual rant about his height began again. "I'm 5'10", he shouted, slamming his fist on the table, causing the half-cooked steak to slide off and fall onto the floor. "Why does no one believe me?" "Dom, please, just calm down," Sarah said, trying to defuse the situation. But Dom wasn't listening. He jumped up, knocking over chairs and storming around the kitchen. "I'm 5'10". "I'm not short. I'm 5'10". "Don't call me that." Then, without warning, Dom dropped to the floor on all fours, beginning to run around in circles. "It's just one of my short days," he screamed as he dashed around the kitchen, knocking over condiments, sending salt and pepper shakers flying. "I'm 5'10", and I can cook the perfect steak. You'll see. You'll all see." His friends watched in stunned silence as Dom continued his wild sprint, bumping into everything and leaving chaos in his wake. "Dom, you're making a mess," Mark shouted. But Dom wasn't stopping. "I'm 5'10", he yelled again, now running in circles around the living room. "Just one of my short days. Next time I'll get it right. The steak will be perfect." Suddenly, Dom darted out of the kitchen and into the street, still on all fours, his shouts echoing behind him. "It's just a growth spurt," he yelled as he sprinted down the block. "You'll see! I'm 5'10" soon, and next time the steak will be perfect." Sarah and Mark just stood there in disbelief, looking at the disaster that was left behind. "Well," Mark said, shrugging, "at least we know he's passionate." "Yeah," Sarah sighed. "He's definitely something." And as for Dom, he spent the rest of the night running around, insisting that his steak was a masterpiece and that his growth spurt would come soon, ending his short days once and for all.